let's see the progress of the sell-off. Now we're down 700 points on the Dow. That's 1.7%. The Nasdaq is down 457, 2.6%. Tom Hayes joining us this morning to cover the markets. All right, Tom, you know the story. The economy contracted slightly in the first quarter. Core inflation ticked up. That's not a good environment for stocks, is it?
Well, I think you have a couple of things happening here. One, you've got the Trump put. If you remember on April 8th, he said, now's a good time to buy. That was the bottom of the market. This morning, he said, be patient. America's going to boom. You probably don't say that if you don't know that a trade deal announcement is coming. As it relates to the ADP numbers, the inflation numbers, the GDP numbers, all that does is really set up the Fed as a second potential put. You know, May is off the table for a cut, but with these numbers, and we're going to see more information on Friday with the jobs report, it may bring the Fed back in play. And finally, the Treasury was out this morning saying they may want to enhance their Treasury buyback program to lower long-term borrowing costs. So they're trying to hit it three different ways while they negotiate through this process.
All right. Microsoft and Meta, they report after the bell. Let's take them one at a time. What do you see for Microsoft?
Expectations are high, 8% earnings growth, 10% revenue growth. The whole key is going to be guidance on AI spend and Azure cloud growth. They're expected to grow their cloud business by low to mid 30%. If you get that and you get reasonable guidance, Microsoft could rebound here. But if they confirm what we've been seeing about the lease cancellations and pulling back on spend, it might see some softness. So we'll see what happens after the bell on Microsoft.
All right, tell me what you expect from Meta in 30 seconds.
Yeah, Meta expected high expectations, up 13% earnings, up 13% revenue. The whole key here is going to be ad revenue. 10% of their ad revenue comes from China sellers, which is going to be a little subdued at the end of the first quarter, severely subdued for the second quarter. So let's see what their guidance is after the bell.
All right, Tom, thanks for joining us this morning. We will see you again later. All right. Google's chief executive, Sundar